Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome to the Plague Doctor of Wippra, a point-and-click adventure game developed by Electrocosmo and published by Application Systems Helderberg. On my Thursdays, I tend to publish either Cornish first look for first reviews, or I do sort of short series, and this is a game I've been wanting to do a short series on for a while. The Plague Doctor of Wippra isn't particularly long, so we'll dive in. We'll quickly have a look at the options. Quite a pretty basic set, and you can change how you want the font. I do it dyslexic friendly because I am dyslexic. Hotspot highlight off. You can change the language, change the sound, change the music volume. But let's dive right in. This game has been out a while, but it's a pretty well-regarded title, so let's see what we can uncover in Wippra. Dear Professor, I am writing to you from Wippra, a town in central Germany. Here the plague has struck particularly hard and the town lacks trained physicians. And so I have been sent to Wippra to help care for the afflicted. Today was my first day in the local convent hospital. As a plague doctor, I have had to offer condolences to many parents, children and relatives when there was nothing more to be done for their loved ones. But now I believe I have discovered the cause of this plague. Today's events have sparked numerous insights that form the basis of my theory. But let me start at the beginning. Let's see. Can we click on anything? No, he can click on him. The sun is already high in the sky. I'm sure plenty of work awaits me at the hospital. But first I have a household to make. The basket weaver has asked me to look on his sick child. I will surely encounter situations today where I need to consider my actions carefully. I am well aware of my decisions can have far-reaching consequences. I prefer to let fate surprise me. I am well aware that my decisions have far-reaching consequences. Let's go with that one. However, I am well aware that my decisions have far-reaching consequences. I should gather what I need before setting off. Tallow candle. My inkwell and pen. Portrait of my father, himself a respected physician. Take much from the rich and little from the poor was his advice to me. He's not wrong. Historically, doctors, private physicians, or just physicians in general, would charge their noble clients quite highly, because obviously there's also a status thing for nobility that they could afford to have like the best treatment. I went to coat a precious garment, but it's mild outside. My handbook of modern medicine, a reference book for the various diseases and their treatment. I have to find my bag first. Crockery. A few little scrolls of medical theories. The merchant charged me dearly for them. But my bag is there. My bag. Let's go and grab it first. I have my bag. I should pack my things now. Let's grab. Good that I've got that book on me. If I can ever get stuck on a case, I can refer to it. So we have the book. What's here? A sharp knife. I've had to use it to often excise diseased flesh. I have everything. Heavy ceramic mortar. Can't take the candle. There's nothing here. Okay, so let's move on, shall we? We have the knife and we have the medical book. Application Systems Hildenberg presents The Plague Doctor of Wippra, a game by Electrocosmo. Art, code and writing by Alexander Leps. Music by Titus Drezen. I do like the art style. Crafter's Alley. A basket weaver's house must be here. God be with you. My name is Oswald Keller. I am the new physician at the hospital. Ah, the doctor, says the man. I'm Arnold from the city's watch. What is it? I am looking for the house of the basket weaver. It's over there on the other side of the street, under all that garbage. What happened here? What did it look like? The Cutleys came down with the plague. He must have had a rapid decline. His wife already slipped out with the brats, or I'll be sealing them up in there too. Why is that? Mayor issued the order today. Otherwise, people refuse to isolate, he says. Besides, empty houses attract looters, and keeping order is hard enough already. I don't want to keep you from your work. That's it. I mean, to be honest, this kind of method was historically one of the few ways they had for isolation during pestilence. Because a lot of people didn't understand how disease worked, so it was really easy for people to basically spread it purely by accident. Okay. They are negotiating the price of a pig. Ironwood scraps. Okay, we can't go this way. This is the way to the hospital, but I still have to have a house call to make. Okay. Rats are so numerous now, they've become fearless. The basket weaver's coat of arms. Interestingly, quite an interesting point. Historically, people blamed rats for the plague because of the fleas. A lot of people, a number have now theorized that it was actually human fleas rather than rat fleas, because you can get a kind of flea that basically is from humans. They think that basically human fleas are more likely to have been the primary carrier of the bubonic plague. There's also theories that the Black Death, which people believe is the bubonic plague, was actually a mutated form of bubonic plague because of its characteristics do not match fully with what we know of modern day bubonic plague to be. Let's go in here. I have to scare the rats away. Let's try a knife. My sharp knife. Throw my book at them. Okay, how do I scare the rats? Must be something I can use. Wooden stick. Okay. Let's try that. I scared the rats off. Okay. Do anything with the stick? No. Okay. Let's go inside. Knock upon the door. It swings open. Good day. I am the new physician. Oswald Keller is my name. Your husband asked me to pay you a visit. Oh, Dr. Keller, I'm glad you're here. Please come in. Close the door quickly, please. The rats will get in. Thank you. It's gone so bad with rats lately. My husband is out at the market right now. I'm sure he'll return soon. What exactly is the trouble? Please take a look at our Stephen. Something is wrong with him. He won't get out of bed, refuses to eat, and complains of pain. There's the little patient, but I can't examine him in the dark. What can you tell me about his condition? 3 years ago, he was running around the street with his brother like usual. When he suddenly felt sick, he took to his bed and has stayed ever since. It's too dark to examine him. Could you get some light in here? I can't examine your son in the dark. I'd like to, doctor, but for baby. Do you think you can manage the light yourself? Please take whatever you need. Let's see. A bowl and a lamp. Yeah, that will work. I have the lamp, but I need the fuel and a wick. A jug and a bowl of beef tallow. Basket full of laundry. Dried herbs tied with a long string. I cut off the length of the dangling string. No, that's not going to work. I have to fill it with the tallow first. There we go. Put some of the beef tallow in the lamp. It's still missing a wick. There we go. Now it just needs the light. Hello, little man. Hello, doctor. I need space for my examination. Can you move to the other stool? I'm already gone. Okay. I carved a long chip from the stick. Just need to light it up with something. Clothing hanging to dry. That won't start. We need to find something on the floor, like a stone or... They heat the room with this incense burner. It radiates a lot of heat. Okay. Okay. Okay, get it lit. Light the candle. Put it down inside the bed. Here we go. Let's talk to the young one. Severin, I'm going to examine you now. Okay. Your heart is beating fast. Apart from that, nothing unusual can be seen on the upper body. There are small dots on the calves and the ankles, and I know of these dark spots. Hello, Mr. Dr. Oswald Keller. Good day. One moment, please. I have to look at Seven's brother too. But red and flea bites, just like Seven's. There's no spots. That's good. I'm afraid I have some bad news for you. I observed many flea bites on Seven's legs, but unfortunately also dark spots. They are a sign of the plague. Oh no. What are you saying? Says the husband. Please listen to me. I know this is terrible news, but there's still a chance of recovery. The pestilence hasn't progressed far yet. What should we do now? Give Seven plenty to drink. He also needs fresh air. Fresh air, but the rat's outside the window. Yes, I know. I'll try to come up with something. Stay here and don't leave the house. There's a new regulation. I'll come back later today and help you somehow. Dr. Keller, a word. What was the reason for you to visit to the basket weaver? It is between a physician and his patient. Yeah, there's been a physician and his patient. Is that so? Remember, Dr. Keller, every case of plague must be reported, even if it means another door for me to seal. Yes, I am aware of that. Good day to you. How to help this family? Well, help. They will either have to leave their child or all die together. I'm sure I'll think of something at the hospital. Right. Here it is, the convent courtyard and attached hospital. The Sisters of the Order of Poor Clare of Clarice works, prays and cares for the ailing people here. However, the profession of physician is reserved for men. Dandelions, stimulants, the appetite and aids digestion. This herb looks beautiful, but it smells very unpleasant. Daisies, a versatile medical plant. A well. Hello. God greets you. I am Dr. Oswald Keller. I was asked to help out in your hospital. Dr. Keller, you are here at last. I am Jonah, Mother Superior of the convent. Welcome to Wippra. Your help is urgently needed. I had a house call to make. I apologise, I made a house call this morning, which took longer than expected. Well, in any event, we have a very important visitor. The Countess is in the reception room. She has been awaiting medical services for some time. She has always given generously to our convent. I am sorry I don't have to point out to you that she must not be kept waiting any longer. I will take care of it immediately. Good. Once you have seen to the Countess, please come and find me. I will be through this door in the kitchen if you need my help. Stop. Who are you? I am Oswald Keller. I am the new physician here. Good. Elizabeth is waiting. A water jug and a small bowl. Self-precious books, subjects of Catholicism and medicine. A bronze crucifix. Excuse me. Don't talk to me. Elizabeth is waiting. Locked. Warm sun is shining in through the window. Good day, my lady. Dr. Oswald Keller at your service. Dr. Keller, a pleasure. I am inconsolable. My personal physician, Dr. Skullkind, recently succumbed to the plague. That is why I require your services. I am suffering from a terrible headache. Bloodletting has always given me relief. Let's go with when the body should perform the bloodletting. I repair the bloodletting. Bloodletting is inappropriate. Because if she's got repeated headaches, it is not procuring it. With all due respect, my lady, I don't think bloodletting is the best way to relieve your migraine. How dare you? Dr. Scolland swore by bloodletting, and I demand it. As you wish, my lady. I repair everything for the bloodletting. Hurry up, this headache is unbearable. Bowl. Bowl is empty. Are you trying to kill me, Dr. Skull, and you used a flint, a fine bloodletting hook, not a butcher's knife? I mean, the thing was that historically bloodletting was done with a variety of things. A statue of Francis of Assisi, the co-founder of the Order of Clarice. It's a model of fine sandstone. Painting of Souls Elizabeth of Thuringia. Despite her wealth, she dedicated her life to the care and nurture of poor and sick. It's said that, moved by enthusiasm for religious poverty movement, she attended church festivals barefoot and clad only in simple garments. Okay. pile of firewood. This is a pot of boiling water. Soup lady on a hook. Excuse me, she can't hear you. Sister Clara has been deaf since birth, but is assuming sense of smell. Basket full of cabbages. Various spices in a glass jar. Pot of boiling water. What is it? A key to the cupboard. Key to the cupboard? Yeah, let's go with that one. Yes, but we keep only dishes and candles in there. Let's go with that one as well. Okay. We can't sterilize. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, even they knew sterilization of tools. I mean, it wasn't always done, but by this point in time, they did know how to basically use hot water to clean things. Okay. So we need to sharpen it. Need a whetstone. We always have our knives sharpened by the cutler in town. There's a big sandstone grinding wheel. The cutler contractor Plague has passed away. I just found out today from the guardsman. Really? God rest his soul. Well, I'm afraid you're on your own then. Okay. Let's try using our knife. No, that's not going to work. We try heating it up. Okay. So we can't go outside. Can we use the knife? Okay, vinegar cotton. No. Okay. So I need to sharpen. Ask the guardsman, maybe? Okay, so we haven't got a whetstone. Okay. Let's do that there. I sharpened the hook on the base of the statue. Yeah, because, you know, that's what you do with a statue of a saint. Man, if any person caught us doing that in this time period, it wouldn't be good. Okay. So we can't heat it up. Okay. I mean, normally they would have a red hot sharp instrument to basically stop the bleeding. You'd basically cut it, then you would cauterize it. I should first figure out where to perform the bloodletting. Bloodletting is the best method for correcting the imbalance of the bodily fluids. Appropriate body parts of bloodletting should be chosen according to the calendar. These are marked on a zodiac man. Bloodletting is performed with a sop hook. Okay. A zodiac man for bloodletting. Drawing shows the most favourable time for bloodletting on the body part in question. Unfortunately, the drawing is damaged and the signs of the zodiac can no longer be made out. If I could find out when and where Dr. Scullis bled the Countess, I could reconstruct the drawing. Okay. Okay. Time for Libre. So that's October. As for the bloodletting, when did you have your last bloodletting? I can't tell you exactly. Anyway, last month in May, I asked for bloodletting, but Dr. Sukind objected. Still remember the words, "Too soon, my lady. The scar would disfigure your neck." It's such a pity about him. How often did Dr. Sukind perform bloodletting? Every quarter year, the humus must regenerate, Dr. Sukind said. Where did Dr. Sukind draw blood? I think last time it was on my foot. And before that it was on my thigh. What agony I had to be carried in the palanquin for days. You think of anything else? Oh, really? Oh, really? Dr. Sukind never bled my head. Okay. So we never bled May. One second, folks. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. So October, April, May, December, March. Okay. I was never good at zodiacs. Right. A month ago in May. Okay. So it's June today. Month of June. Too early, my lady. And the scar would disfigure your neck. You basically said, okay. So we know that's June. So that's June. So we've got 4 left. Running out every quarter year, so once every 3 months. The humus must regenerate, he said. Right. Last time it was on the foot, and before that it was on the thigh. Okay, anything else? Or he never takes blood from the head. Okay. So that was that one. Okay. It was once every 3 months he took blood. Okay. So no, basically May, April, May, June. Yeah, because basically he said he wanted to last month. Never took it from the head. It was too soon. Okay, so she took it from the leg and she took it from the foot, and before there it was that. So he did it on every 3rd month. March, April, May, June. Let's just get it right. Yeah. Foot and then thigh. Yeah, a month ago in May. Okay. So January, February, March, April, May, June. Okay, so for the last time it's the foot. So if we're in June, it will be. Sorry, that foot. 1 second. Right. Okay. I don't play puzzle games a lot. So we're in June. So it would have been March for the foot. And then do we have December for the thigh? He never took it from the leg. He never took it from the head. So June, which this month, must be the arm. Yes, I remember my studies. Sorry, I'm not great at puzzle games, folks. Yeah, so it is June. So we need to take it from the arm. I've performed bloodletting on the Countess's upper arm. I now perform the bloodletting. I knew I could count on you. Herman, wait outside. Yes, my lady. Well then. That felt good. I can already feel my migraine getting better. But I feel a little weak. It will get better soon. Please sit and rest for a while. I will check on you in a little while. Blood containing the Countess's blood. Okay. I mean, this is the thing with bloodletting. Basically, it does relieve, like, that's, for example, if you have a headache and you have a nosebleed, your headache can get better because basically you lose blood, so the blood pressure goes down a tad. But it's still really bad because obviously you suffer from blood loss. So there are other complications. Here we go. Let's talk to the guard. Herman, is it? That's right, Chief Guardsman to the Count. The Countess is still recovering. The Countess needs some time to rest and recover from the bloodletting. I'll wait here. Talk to the monk, or nuns. What is it? I have taken care of the Countess. I have performed the bloodletting the Countess requested. She is still resting, but her spirits are improved. Very good. Now please go over to the hospital. Sister Agatha can show you everything. Just through the door, under the stairs, and across the courtyard. Let's try it. Okay, so they're going to want us to introduce us to the hospital first before we get on to the rest of that. Right here. What's in here? It is locked. Statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary. The hospital. The painted cross indicates the plague patients are treated here. Hello, my name is Oswald Keller. I am the new physician. Welcome, Dr. Keller. I'm Sister Agatha. I am responsible for the care of the sick here. Please tell me about the patients. With pleasure. The young woman in the bed is called Enna. She was brought here 2 days ago with severe pain, but she is no longer responsive. I fear the Lord God will take her soon. Maybe you can help her. That one over there is Hans. Hans is holding up amazingly well, but his sores need daily attention. Please take care of him. These two were the last plague patients we were allowed to admit to the hospital. Too often the fight against the plague has proved futile. Now those who fall ill must be left to themselves and to God's graces. Is there anything I can give you a hand with? Oh, that would be very nice, Dr. Keller. Could you bring me a bucket of water? I need to wash the patients now, but I have a lot of other work to do. Gladly. You'll find a bucket back there in the cabinet. I'll get to work. Thank be to God. Ah, my blisters hurt. Is there anything we can look at first? Strange. I've never seen anyone dressed like that before. I mean, plague doctors were a thing, but they were in other parts of the world. I mean, in Britain they were more common because they believed in miasma and like toxic air. So you had these long sort of beaked masks, and the reason they were long and basically beaked was because there was a hollow space and you basically shoved it full of stuff like sweet smelling flowers, perfume flowers, dried herbs. And so they believed that if you breathed in through these things, it would make the air smell better and basically keep you safe from the miasma. She's almost dazed with pain. Her legs are covered with varicose veins. There's also some black spots I observed on little 7. Stephen. His upper body is covered with plague sores. Okay. Grab the bucket. And we need to now go... Wait, why is there a ladder? A ladder. Need to go and get water. Okay. Let's grab some daisies. I shouldn't cut the daisies until I have use for them. There we go. Get lost. Good day, gentlemen. My name is... What do you want? I'd like to fetch some water. Ah, that's what they all say. Think we'll fall for your trickery. You are sorely mistaken. Now get lost. You're in a pitchfork as a weapon. What are you doing here? What are we doing here? You've got a lot of nerve. Make sure that people like you stay clear of this well. Now get lost. That's right, get lost. There seems to be some misunderstanding. My name is Oswald Keller. I am a new physician at the hospital. Physician, you say? Pa. Why are you guarding the well? We hear that the well has been poisoned by Jews. And strangers too, probably. Yes. That's right. What makes you think it's been poisoned? Plague must come from somewhere, and the Jews are known for their cunning. Yes, sir. Let's go with that one. Then how do you explain the people of Jewish faith also falling ill from the plague? Oh yeah? Do you know anyone? I don't have to explain everything to you. Get lost, you pompous ass. Let's go there. Okay, so it's not going to let us pass. I mean, though, to be honest, that actually was something that did happen. There was sort of like in some parts, like in Britain, there was a big sort of like pogroms. People blamed the Jews for the plague. I mean, it got so bad in places like London during the period of the Black Death, especially the initial outbreaks, that like people had to actually step in, and like royal authority had to step in and basically tell people to not cause problems because it was actually affecting a lot of things. A mob has gathered at the well. Really? Unfortunate, this is not uncommon. Times like these, people get scared and they look for scapegoats. Strangers, travelling people, or Jews. Jews? Jews do not believe in our Lord God. That is probably reason enough. I don't know much about it, though I don't know any Jews myself. Wait, no, Dr. Skulkund was a Jew. He was actually a very nice fellow. The Countess liked him very much. Some Jews were lynched just the other day. Strangers? You know, foreigners or newcomers with peculiar views. Travelling people? Minstrels, gypsies, the like. Whoever kills a juggler need fear no punishment. That is the price of the jester's license. That's horrible. Can't be helped. Okay. Let's see if we can persuade the mob with the new information we have. Okay, so they're not going to let us be. Let's see if we can persuade blood. How do you feel? I still feel a little weak. Then rest a little longer, my lady. You see the vigilantes there around the well? I see them. What does the man want? The mob has gathered because they believe that Jews are poisoning the well. And? Dr. Skulkund was a Jew too, and he died of the plague. Yes, that is true. He was an excellent physician, highly respected amongst his own. It was only by chance that he became my personal physician. Jews usually practice only within their own community. But even Dr. Skulkund had no remedy for the plague. I know, and believe me, he is not the only Jew who has died of this pestilence. So I think it's absurd for the Jews to be held responsible for the plague, but the mob will not listen to me. I beg you to speak to the men. They would restore Dr. Skulkund's honour. Well, you're right about that. I feel much better already. Accompany, won't you? What is going on here? What? Who wants to know? Careful, peasants. You are addressing her ladyship the Countess. Oh, I humbly beg your pardon, your ladyship. So? We are guarding the well against all kinds of rabble. And we've never seen that one before. You must know that the Jews are poisoning the well. They are responsible for the plague. Quiet now, snaps the woman. The Jews have nothing to do with it, and this man here is a capable physician. Away. But why? Silence, you heard her ladyship. Shove off. Ah, so scared he dropped his rake. What a riffraff. Good things their legs are faster than their wits. Although it's quite amusing to watch Herman whip the rabble into shape. Now, you have my attention. My humble thanks for your intervention. Remember, like, she is nobility, so basically in this period, keeping them in your good graces is probably a good idea. Yeah, let's go with that. My humble thanks for your intervention. It was my pleasure. I wish you a pleasant journey home. If you need physician service again, please call for me. I am delighted to have made your acquaintance. Good physicians are difficult to find these days. Herman, we're leaving. I just got a physician called Good Servant. Prostrate yourself before the countess. It's not really prostrating. It's just basically being excessively polite. And in this time period, you really didn't want to annoy the nobility. I mean, you've got to remember that there's a point in time in British history where, for example, one of the vigilantes left his rake behind. There was a point in British history where, for example, if you were a lord, you were expected. Well, you expected to be allowed to get away with murder because if you were high enough titled, you could just do it because you were too important. And then I can't remember which English king it was. It might have been Edward the First or Edward the Second. Basically, he has a lord tried for basically murdering a rival. He has him executed, and everyone is shocked. Because up until then, they had been allowed to basically get away with pretty much stuff with impunity. Finally, Sister Agatha will wonder what's taking so long. Daisies. Let's see if we can harvest them. Can we put the water in there? No, okay. But yes, it's one of these things that you just had to do. You had to be polite. Because it was like they could make your life a living nightmare, especially in rural areas where they were, for all intents and purposes, the like emperors or kings in their own little petty kingdoms. You had to be polite. Oh, my blister's hurt. Let's go and talk to her. There's Agatha. The shed in the courtyard is stored there. We keep tools there. We also a barrel of wine and vigour to rub on the patients. Oh yes, your predecessor Dr. Herbert kept a jar of his leeches in the shed. I need a key to the shed. Really? Usually the key is always in the lock. Are you sure it's not there? Yes, but I will look again. Please take care of his sores. Perhaps you can ease Ina's pain. I was supposed to bring you a bucket of water so I can wash. You were supposed to bring a bucket of water so you can wash the patients. That's all. I'll get to work. Okay. Here we go. Sister Agatha, here's the bucket of water you asked for. Oh, thank you. Please just put the bucket down over there. Okay. Hello, Hans. My name is Oswald Keller. I am the new physician. How do you feel? My blisters hurt so much. Today they're particularly swollen. Please do something, doctor. How have your sores been treated so far? The other doctor cut them open and applied ointment. I will take care of your blisters. Keep your patient a little longer. Okay, so we need to make ointment. We got blood, we have herbs. Okay. So we need to go out the back and get stuff. Let's use the rake. There we go. So what do we have here? Sure, that would be cutting off the gangrenous limbs. A bowl of vinegar for medical use. Vinegar is filled carelessly. There's a puddle on the floor. The leeches are kept in this jar. Someone didn't seal the jar properly. Almost all the leeches crawled out of the jar and into the deep crevasse in the wall. Can't read the leeches, are too deep into the crack in the wall. Let's try with some blood. Okay. Hand drill. That would do it. Okay, so basically, will be too much. So I need something to apply just a little bit of blood onto the edge of the crevasse. Okay. I need a cloth or something then. No. The upstairs village says, only you can't get holy water from the brush. This is certainly want to give it to me. Firewood. Ladle. No, ladle's not going to work. This oil could be useful. We need basically a rag or something. Magpie. Magpie is considered the gallows bird and the messenger of misfortune. Its presence causes great fear in some people. Okay. I mean, there was... Can I pick up the piece of clothing on the floor? Well, we need to put something... Let's talk to the sister again. Okay. I see where I need to go. We put it up, climb through the window, get the thing for sprinkling blood. Yeah, because that's not sacrilegious at all. We can drill a hole. That's what we can do. Okay, so we need to basically be able to get up there somehow. Broom, perhaps? Okay, not letting us take the vinegar. So we can't go up. I we could use this, perhaps. Yeah. There we go. Can't risk burning it without the toxic. That is, the smoke could be toxic. Daisies, perhaps? Let's burn some daisies because they're supposed to be sweet smelling. Maybe the herb book? Wait, there was actually a herb book in the back room, wasn't there? Okay. Okay, so we need to basically figure out what the herb is. He's saying it's still too thick. Vessel to bottle the wine. Okay. What are you cooking? Cabbage stew and bread. Well, if I may ask, who was hospice before me? Ah, that is a sad story. Dr. Marcus Herber, son of our town. For many years he served the community with humility and rigour, but the plague did not spare him. In the end, he could hardly speak. We cared for him until his very last breath. God sows himself in mysterious ways at times. Key to research. Yeah, let's go with that one. I'd like to make a wound ointment. Here, take it. Okay. The vinegar in the shed ran out. The new vinegar should be delivered in a week. I need vinegar to concentrate here now for the soup. Okay. We need vinegar then. Fantastic. Tallow candle. Think I know what we're supposed to do because we can't put the herbs on the fire. Can't risk burning it without knowing what it is. The smoke could be toxic. Okay. Tallow is not suitable thickening. We have to melt it. I thought we'd have to burn it, like combine, like set it alight. Man, this is why I always struggle with puzzle games. The vinegar in the cellar is used up. This is bad. We won't get new vinegar for a whole week. We rub the patients with vinegar, otherwise the beds would be full of fleas. The basket weaver's family is suffering from an infestation of fleas. One of their children has the plague. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. May God take care of them. Family is also suffering from severe infestation of fleas. Fleas, those little devils. You wouldn't believe how many plague patients would have infested our hospital with fleas if we hadn't treated them thoroughly with vinegar first. Oh, is that so? Everyone in the family should rub themselves with vinegar. That will drive out the fleas, and I will pray for them. Okay. But I think this is a good place to end it for the day, folks. I've been Cornish-knight. This has been the Plague Doctor of Wippra, and I shall see you all again next time. Goodbye.